Hujambo mtazamaji na karibu Black Mamba TV. Kwa majina naitwa Moses Murwa Leo hii tumetembelea maeneo haya ya Matungu sub-county na tumeingia mahali hapa Nabongo Cultural Center ambapo tunataka tuweze kuenda kujifundisha mambo kuhusu jamii hii ya Wanga ili tuweze kuona ni vipi, walitoka wapi na wamefika wapi na ni wapi wanaenda. Karibu sana, tembea pamoja nasi na usisahau kusubscribe pale YouTube.
Good afternoon. I do welcome you all at the Nabongo Cultural Center, now the Nabongo Shrine, where we'll be able to learn about the Wanga 3 genealogy since the year 11th century, where I'll take you through where these people were settling before they take first in their own land where they are settling today. Under the culture and tradition of the Wanga community, we will be able to talk more about a boy child simply because we believe the men of this land are the one who kept the culture, and that's why we value the presence of the boy child more than a presence of the baby girl. But I'll be talking more about Mwanga 3 family tree, and it is believed that Mwanga 3 is a guy who was settling in Egypt, take a version and settlement in various parts of the land, where he was not alone. As he was taking that version, he was accompanied his brother. People like Makata, who went and settled at Congo Forest, Mwanga of Buganda Kingdom, Simbi, who settled at Samia land of Busia, Uganda, whereas Mwanga 3 now settled in Kenya at a point called Lela, present land in Nyanza. As he settled there, he was able to sire 8 sons, people like Abiakala Morono Mtende, Wanga wa Moi, Mehova, and Mgoya, and finally Sakwa. You find those 8 as they grew up, they find this land less populated. Each and every son had to fight for his own allocation, where they are also able to form their own sub-tribes. Someone like Mtende is the one who fights the Kuria, we have the Batende community, we have a settled Tiriki land, we have the Abanduhoga, Mgoya Pasodo Ugenya, where you have the Abama, where those they can speak both Luya and Luo language, while Sakwa settled in Bondo, where you have Sakwa community. In the same community of Sakwa, Raila Amolo Odinga is a descendant, and that's why he's eligible to proclaim being the 13th greatest grandson of King Nabongo Wanga. But we are told this, our forefathers, people like Wanga, Wamoyo, and Hoba, those one were able to settle in Trickland due to the influence of their own cousin Mr. Mkodo. They had already formed their homestead to settle there, though Wamoi was able to fast for Tachon land under the Bukusu community, whereas Mr. Wanga first was South Wanga under Imaga village, where he found a well-developed leadership through Mr. Mwima, who welcomed him to Citizen University and also assigned him work to do. We are told that these our forefathers used to wear animal skin, and we find that as he was serving his subject, Wanga used to hide his left hand in a skin cloth, not allowing anyone to see it. At that time, the wife of the chief was now intent with his character. She went and served him food. As he was washing the hand to take that food, is when she noticed that Wanga had the royal bracelet ring. That ring was a symbol showing that Wanga is a boy from the royalty, and about the culture tradition, when you be found being a royalty, you could not employ another boy from another royal family. If you ought to do so, it's like you have brought a taboo to your own families, whereby you be acknowledged to offer some offering to your ancestors so that you clean up the taboos that have brought your own families, which whereby these leaders were asked to slaughter sheep and ask whoever they had employed to participate in the similar ritual, which one was now reluctant due to the acknowledgement of the land custodian, who started ordaining him as their own leader, which came the rise of the Wangan community and fall of Chief Mwima chiefship. There at Imaga village is where he was given a title named Nabongo, meaning the spiritual leader. Once you be ordained as a spiritual leader in the Luya land, you are allowed to wear a leopard skin simply because that was the spiritual animal found in Luya land. Despite the fact he was allocated a land to settle at Imanga village, Wanga is the one who moved and acquired his own land the land is known as the Nabongo Cultural Center, but the Nabongo Shrine, simply because this is where you can find the graves of the Wangan kings. And the land is found in Matung sub-county alongside Mumias Busia Road. From Mumias town to Matung is just 8 kilometers to your right to find the cultural center. As the king settled here, we are told that he was able to sire 5 sons who were Mrono, Mpata, Wabala, Mnef, and Namakwa. Those 5, as they grew up, their own father won't allow them to marry from foreign communities. Instead, he instructed the sons to intermarry. Thus, each and every son from their own clanism, pertaining their own names. Someone like Mrono is the one who formed Abamrono clan, who found at Mitoti headed to Shianda, Kakamega route. Mbata formed a Bambata clan found in Ibutere land mostly. Wabala formed the royal family known as Abashtete found in Matungi here. Munya formed a Bamnaf clan found in between Miastana and Mitoti at Ekero Junction, while Namakwa formed a Bamakwa, who associated their own brother for settlement. Thereafter, this king introduced what he called hereditary leadership, whereby the powers will pass from the father to his own acknowledged son, whom he has appointed to inherit after his own death. But he had told when the father dies, that son will be given a spear and a bull outside the house of the father, so that he can pass a ritual of piercing that bull, and it has to end without being forced by anyone, through acknowledgement of the spirits. When and fall near the body of the deceased king is when he will be buried in a sitting position with a small pot containing traditional liquor and a siphon to the mouth. It will take a duration of 20 to 30 years, and at the time the deceased king will pass a dream. When they foretold that dream, during that time they exhume his body to the shrine for the second burial, as the coronation of the son is will be undertaken. Now the following are the kings of the Wangan community, from the founder to the current. That's Mumia 2. They are as follows. We have Wanga, then Wabala, Msi Chibuire, Sindalo. We had first and second Chitechi Netia Osundo Amkoya Shundu. Mumia, who was born 1849. In his life, he was eligible enough to marry 66 wives, who side with him 169 children. In his reign as a king, he was able to expand his empire from Jinja, part of Uganda, to Naivasha, parts of Kenya. And by doing so, he could introduce his own restitution government, whereby he could appoint governors, chiefs, and headmen, and put on his own punitive measures, whereby he did not permit any foreigner to enter his own empire without his acknowledgement, until the year 1883 is when he allowed the foreigners to interact with him. So he found that he was able to interact with the colonial government, which was the Britain, who are told they find him as a ruler, and now retain his power from kingship to a paramount chief, because they thought that he was not he was illiterate person, he was not illiterate, as we are after westernization, that of it. When he was given that an opinion of appointment, he did not acknowledge that. He remained saying that he remained to be the ruler, and the only thing that he can do to retain his position was through his own death. And we are told that before he died, he already sent his son Mumia 2 in the year, not Mumia to King Shitawa, in the year 1911, who take over after his own death in the year 1949. And when Shitawa take over, he found that the colonial government, he felt that the colonial government was willing to give some of our officials in the central government of Kenya to rule this land as an organized government, which the king of the Wanga community wanted to share those powers with them, because he believed they had acquired the powers from his own hand. But due to westernization, those officials did not acknowledge to share the power with the king. They only acknowledged to respect his position and maintain the respect between them and the king of the Luya community. But before he died, he had already said his son Mumia 2, who was born in the year 1952. This one, we are told that is much westernized. He is a person who went to school very well. After being educated, he was trained in white collar jobs. For he was trained as an accountant, so he was eligible enough to work in various parts of the land as an accountant. And in the year 1999, when he was working as an accounts manager in Toyota Company, Kenya, is when the community and the council called upon him to come and lead them in the ruling position as the king of the Wanga community. So he's the one who came up with the ideology for reconstruction of this cultural center to let young Wanga community has adopted other communities' culture to revive back their culture by learning, and also any other person from the entire land to come and learn the culture of the Luhya community in this cultural center. Apart from he being the king, he is a general secretary to the African kings, and in Kenya the government has ordained him as the leader of culture and tradition in Western region. Maybe to the genealogy you have a question? I take it to the museum whereby you see the traditional attires for the Luhya kings with other artifacts.
Yes.
So in this museum, because this is a museum which also will allow some institution to come and learn the culture of the Luhya community, we have a assembly of artifacts. Some are the gift which we acquire from different locations of the land. And and in fact that we have this tool symbol of royalty. It was a gift from Brazil. This one was used to cook ugali. It was a wooden tool made from the wooden material. Despite the fact in the genealogy we want to talk more about the women, we have this symbol of women here illustrating the activity they did in the ancient time. She's making a basketry. These are the curriculum education of Kenya today. Children were taught the ways of surviving by their own talents. In fact, in ancient time, people used calabash to take water on porridge, and calabash could be obtained from the gourds. People practicing winnowing by the use of smaller baskets, which we call in our own vernacular olutelu, kwa Kiswahili uteo. Cook using smaller pans. Those were made from the clay soil, the known smaller pots in a vernacular chinonjro. We have other improvised modern serving spoon. This one is a wooden one. It was used to serve food at high table. We have the pyramid with the skull of the king. That one is a gift from Baeke Kingdom. As I said, the quad is used to ferment milk. We have the ancient tray, which is used to serve food at high table. We have two baskets known as nest to keep the quails. We have two rings made from banana fiber used to stabilize a pot on a head while carrying water or firewood. Elders used to play drum beating, brushing some symptom of groundnut and thistle, sipping the liquor using the siphon. They were able to read and write after civilization. These are the traditional straws. As I take to the cultural village, we find them. People use them to sip the liquor as an elder with a silver pot. This one has a hollow part which allows the liquid substance of the liquor to pass through. We have the mat which were used as chairs, and on the wall we have several pictures of King Nabongo MUMIA in different locations. Some of the locations is like Uganda has 9 kingdoms, Kenya has one. Once he was in Uganda, like Ghana State, when he went for the coronation of the king of the Toro kingdom. There he was in Baeke, in the Congo DRC, there in Zambia, had a king's conference. There with the central government of Kenya. Those are African kings who are listed here. There, here he was in Uganda State of that. He went to Kabuta Museveni. And whoever honored him as the head of state commendation was the late Mike Kibaki. You have other things like drum. It was a source of communication and entertainment being played in the land. You have a 4-legged stool, which is the king's chair, and a real leopard skin, which is a traditional attire for the king of the Luhya. You have this 3-legged stool. It is a chair for the council of the king of the Luhya community. And apart from that, we have a symbol of artifacts in these cupboards here. We have the black iron ore. This black iron ore was a tool used to make Achillean tools, and some of the tools were used in different purposes. Like when they could burn it, they could make a tool like the hoe, which was used for farming activity. And apart from the hoe, we have the bell which was tied around the neck for good for identification of somebody's head. You have the precious stones which were accompanied with a pot containing water, acts as an ancient fridge. You have those look like sickles were used for harvesting and slashing. You have the grinding, sharpening stone. You have the spear and the shield with the bow here. When you see the bow, you know that you have the arrows which were used for hunting and fighting of the war. Apart from the two knives which were used during the smaller one was used as a razor blade and the other was the main knife. Apart from that, we have when we were crossing barter trade, Arabs could accompany the cowrie shells as they take ivory, and some of those cowrie shells were music, and some ones were the beads which were wears as necklaces in their lunar land. We have the picture of King Nabongo MUMIA too, with some of the certificates. The picture of King Nabongo MUMIA, the real Mumia, the grandpa. And here in this cupboard we have type of horns. Some of these horns were obtained from our own animal. We have this color of antelope still young, when it could mature, it gives us a bigger one, which was used for communication horn blowing. The smaller one was used to suck blood fluid, which was traditional treatment of the rear or the organ beliefs. This one was a fruit of Wanga. And when they stopped barter trade, they started to use currency. As a nation, Kenya, we started to use currency to having a hole at the peak. And those currencies are here.
Mtazamaji, unapoangalia bado tunajaribu kuendelea kuangalia historia ya Nabongo MUMIA, mfalme Nabongo MUMIA. Kwa wale wanafunzi ninawarudisha, wale ambao walikuwa wanapenda historia, tulijifundisha juu ya King Nabongo MUMIA. Leo hii nimewaleta mpaka nyumbani kwa Nabongo MUMIA, ambapo tunaendelea kujifundisha mambo aliyokuwa akiyafanya pale awali, na kuna vitu ambavyo alikuwa anavitumia vimeweza kuhifadhiwa mpaka saa hii. So unapotazama kule nyuma na historia ambayo tunaendelea kuwapa ni kuhusu jinsi walivyokuwa wakiishi pale nyuma, na ni vitu gani walikuwa wanafanya, walikuwa wanatumia nini kwa kula, kwa kupigana na mambo mengine. Naomba kwamba uendelee kutembea pamoja nasi ili uweze kujifundisha mambo zaidi kulingana na jamii ya Wanga. Tembea pamoja na sisi. Tutaweza kwenda kuangalia the busa. Wale wazee ambao wanatengeneza busa kule walikuwa wanafanya namna gani. Na kuna wale ambao wangali mpaka wakati huu ambao bado wanaweza kutumia ile mvinyo ile iliyokuwa ya zamani. Tembea pamoja na sisi tuendelee kujifundisha kwa pamoja. Kumbuka ni kwamba tunaendelea kuongea ama unaendelea kutazama Black Mamba TV. Asante sana.
I said that when these people stopped to use a barter trade, they started to use currency trade as a nation, and you find that the currency that we have assembled here are from the Kenya and the entire world of the nation. So Kenya, the currency, we were having those coins which has a hole at the peak, where we started from to use as a currency for trading activity, and it reached 1,000 note which we are using today. And this Kenyan currency, here we have African currency, Asian and Euro currency. Is for we have combined the whole world currency, how it is trading. You will find $1 is equivalent to 130 shillings of Kenyan currency. Those are in notes. Here you have the coin. And exemplary, we have other utensils which were now being introduced, modern utensils. We have the ancient like the calabash, but today you have the tumbler, you have the modern plate with the fork spoon, the cup of taking coffee, you have piper which was used to take the cigarette, the padlock was used to close the door. When we were introduced by identity, a kipande system, this is identity which was introduced in the land, people could wear around the neck. Here I have a typical cloth in traditional way in a different stages. These ones were worn by the women, made from the reeds. In this cupboard here we have the calabash, source of cups. We have the ancient tray with the two plates made from the reeds here. And those plates, the way of maintaining was to smear the cow dung, then you cover with the banana leaf before you put their food. We have another one here called a shimuero. This one, when it is covered this way, it is a hot pot. When I open it, it becomes a basket used for winnowing and carrying of the grain. And top part of it, this one is made from the palm leaves. We have the smaller pans with the bowels to carry stew food like meat. We have the quart with the calips to carry mausoleum. These are pots to preserve water, ancient fridge. When a young sibling was being born in this land, this wooden basin was used to shower that sibling. In ancient during after working, people have their own leisure time where they could sit and relax their minds, so they could play a chess known as a jua. Apart from that, on the wall you have several pictures of King Nabongo MUMIA with his family and other friends. Like the middle one, apart from he ruling the Wangans, he was eligible when he was ruling until Naivasha, he was eligible to rule the Maasai community. You find the son of Olibo, the Nana is here called the Nana Tala. This is one of his advisors, this is the grandpa Raila and his son. Here with the son of Taiki, this was among the wife, those 66. This was Sam. This was the colonial flag, and we had our own flag, which means we were well organized as a community. So after Mia had King Shitawa and the white priest, they were surrendered to Mia too. At the midpoint of this floor, we have this stone used as a portion meat, used for grinding to make flour. And on this top of the table, we have this colobus monkey skin, which is a traditional attire. We have the fishing trap. This one used for fishing purposely in the ancient time. On this other top of the table, we have two different cloths. On the top, we have the Union Jack flag and the gown, which was the first cloth King Nabongo MUMIA. These two, he acquires them in the same year, and they have stayed for 142 years as I'm talking today.
Yes. 142?
Yes.
Yes, you can see this kind of cloth. It has stayed over 144, you said 42 years?
42 years.
Hey, wow, that's long.
Maybe have a question?
I don't think we have a question. You have explained it very well. But I think the viewers have understood the history behind this.
Yeah.
So we'll ask that we continue.
I take it to the mausoleum.
Yes.
I'm taking to the cultural shrine, where you have a symbol of grace with the Wangan kings for the second burial. So yeah, that's where the king was buried. The second burial of the king has been taken.
What is this, by the way?
This one is just a septic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So how about this tree? Do you know anything about this tree? Does it have any meaning or what?
We have like that one. That one in vernacular is known as Obsangula. That was a fruitful tree.
Yes, yes.
Which people used to eat during when they have anger, when they are in a forest.
Okay, yes.
And some are indigenous.
Yeah.
Like the other one known as Lama, I think is it the one? No.
Yeah,
Have the real one there.
Okay. Yeah, so here, what is this?
This is a mausoleum, which is a shrine for the earlier kings.
Yes, yes.
And you'll find that the years which we were able to illustrate here are the years which each and individual was living as a human being, not which he was ruling.
Yes, yes.
And we will start with the oldest person here is known as King Wamkoya. The Nabongo, in fact, the title is known as Nabongo, meaning the king.
Yes, yes.
So Wamkoya was born 1697, died 1795, lived 98 years.
Yes.
He's a father to King Shiundu, who was born 1775, died 1880, lived 105 years.
Yes, yes.
He's a father to the legendary Mumia, who was born 1849, died 1949, lived 100 years. He's a father to the late King Shitawa, who was born 1911, died 1974, lived 63 years. Despite the fact he died while still young, though he's the father to the sitting King Mumia too.
Yes. So meaning these are the...
This is where the final session of the burial is taken, second burial.
Okay.
The first burial is done in their own palaces.
Okay.
Take you to where our great and founder.
So let me take some one video.
So the whole land has been used in different occasions. Like somebody can hire their field and have his own ceremony, like wedding, contesting meetings. We have that conference hall known as traditional Wanga hall.
That one is a conference hall.
Traditional conference hall.
Oh, yes, yes.
You can hire it and have your own meeting.
Yes, yes.
And where we are headed to, headed to where our great founder was buried.
Oh, yes.
He's known as King Nabongo Wanga.
Yeah.
And you learn that Wanga was born in the year 1050, died the year 1140. He lived 90 years.
90 years. So this is the grave.
This is where he was buried. And you'll find at the top of that anthill, where I have done a landscaping, that is indigenous tree.
Yes,
which has existed from the ancient time, and to the date it has stayed for 941 years.
941 years.
It's known as in our own language Omukomari.
Yes.
It is friendly to the environment because during the sunny day or sunny climates, hot climates, it sheds the leaves.
Yes.
Then it will regenerate during the rainy season.
So viewers, this is the grave of Nabongo Wanga. He was born the year 1050 and he died 1140.
So like the other tree known as Ompeli, that one, Mumia was totally supportive to the environment. He's the one who planted that.
Yes.
It has stayed for 201 years.
This is amazing. So you said this one is the conference hall. Yes.
And this tree, known as Omlama Lama, these fresh leaves were mostly boiled in water so that people could use that water to prepare porridge, which will have a taste of a lemon.
Oh, yes.
So that's how they could find their lemon instead of buying the modern lemon today.
Viewers, this tree, we've told that it has stayed a period of 201 years. This tree, you can, this tree has taken 201 years.
So I'm taking you still to the cultural village. We are still part of the land.
Yes. Oh, this one is the same land.
The same land. Only we separate because of different activities.
Okay. So, and the tree itself, it looks like it may even stay more than the other 500 years.
Which one?
This one. The one you said it has stayed 201 years.
So we are headed to the cultural village where people will sip the traditional liquor.
Yes.
And you'll find that here the government has authoritative these people to participate in their culture. Oh. It's not that somebody stay here. They normally gather on a daily basis to sip the liquor. But that one also we give them an audience after the physical job.
Okay.
So this is an replicant of the homestead of somebody.
Yes.
Mabola. Kabere kari. Hapo mmekaaje? Wewe tangu lini mpate nimeweka hapo watu wake? Tangu lini upate nimeweka hapo watu wake? Watu wanakaanga either kwa nyumba huko ama huko nyuma. Ama kwa mpera huko ni vizuri. So you'd find this homestead, like the owner of this land, that is his house facing the gate. And that's how it will be reconstructed. The house of the first wife will be on the left of the homestead, facing the gate also with a kitchen. The second wife on the right of the homestead with a kitchen.
Can you show the camera there? Yeah.
the sun cottage near the gate on the right.
Yes.
And this is the house of the mother to that somebody.
Yes.
So in a case where the visitors arrive like the
Yes.
mother will welcome us, then send the grandson to the father before we welcome to the house where the father was staying.
Yes, yes.
Unlike these traditional houses were used traditional material like fine grasses, reeds, ropes, and poles with mud.
Yes,
Even the floor they have smeared with the cow dung.
Yes, yes.
But today, because we are showcasing the culture,
Yes.
he consider the same homestead and allow some women who have registered under his mandate to come and prepare the liquor and sell to the community. So during the day, like those elders in that middle house, they start to sip the liquor from 1 p.m. on weekdays until 6 p.m.
Yes.
On weekend and other holiday, they start from 12 p.m. until 6 p.m.
Yes, yes.
Wahira. So these people whom you see here, they normally gather to sip the liquor, and it's a free land. When you are here, you are not under governmental instructions so that you can be arrested. You have make a mistake, you will be arrested anyhowly.
Yes.
No, the government of Kenya has authorized us to practice this culture, and that's why you can see these elder people gathering here anyhowly. But the main purpose is to sip the liquor. So I take the cultural where we have the middle house sounds as the lower parliament, bunge dogo.
Yes, yes. Wow, this is amazing homestead. Viewers, we are entering. What is this?
Tunaenda wote.
Yes.
We are going to the lower parliament. Sana.
Okay.
Karibuni mpite.
Asante. Yeah.
Kwanza tunamkaribisha kwa hii nyumba ya wazee, ambayo hii nyumba kukutanisha hawa wazee pamoja baada ya kila mmoja wao kufanya shughuli zake. Na pia hao wazee wako na kamati yao kupitia kwa chairman, secretary, organizer, discipliner, welfare, finance, chief whip, spokesman. Ndipo umuhimu ya hao wazee. Na hii kikao hao wazee lazima wakuwa wamekufanyia vetting. Uwe mzee ambaye unaelewana na familia yako vizuri, uwe unaelewana na mandugu zako, pia na majirani. Ndipo ujiunge nao na hii kikao ya wazee. Na pia wale ukiwa mzee na bado hujaoa, wewe huwezi kuungana na wazee, kwa sababu hawajui sasa wewe mwelekeo yako iko namna gani. Na pia vijana hawaruhusiwi kukaa na wazee unless uwe kijana ambao umefika umri wa kuoa na umeshaoa, na wazee wa baba yako amejua mahali huyo bibi yako ametoka. Wewe ndipo utajiunga nao, kwa sababu utakuwa unaweka mfano yao. Hao wakitoka, wewe utakuwa mwakilishi mzuri wa wazee. Na pia wamama wanaruhusiwa kukaa na wazee. Na mama lazima atembee na mzee wake, bwana yake. Kisha kitembea na baba ya mzee wako, unaruhusiwa kukaa kwa miguu ya semeji yako. Wewe utamaliza karibu nusu saa, urudi nyumbani uangalie boma, vile watoto wako na vile kuku ziko ama ng'ombe, na tafutia watoto chakula huko. Na wazee wakikaa, mama haruhusiwi kuchangia pointi za wazee. Yeye ako na kamati yake nyumbani ambayo inawakilishwa na mama msheri. Yeye akiwa na ripoti anapeleka pale. Na hii king post ambayo mnaona hii ni king post, haimaanishi kushikilia nyumba peke yake. Hii na umuhimu yake, sababu hii ni nyumba ya king na parliament ya wazee hao. King akifa, tutatoa tu hii king post peke yake, na hii nyumba itakuwa inazoeka yenyewe, inainama chini. Na mwenye atachukua uzukani pia atajenga mahali pake parliament ya wazee pia. Na hii pombe ambayo mnaona hii si pombe ile ya haramu. Hii ni pombe yetu ya Kiwanga ambayo inatengenezwa kwa material mazuri. Material yenyewe ni mahindi na wimbi pekee yake. Kwa hivyo ni kama chakula. Wakishaweka hapo namna hiyo, wanaweka hii pombe mara 2, wanaongeza maji mara 2. Hiyo maji inasaidia sisi pombe kuwa mzuri, inasaidia sisi wakunywaji kwa maji kuongezeka kwa mwili, na pia inaua germs zingine zikiwa hapo ndani kama kombamiko nini. Hiyo ndio asidi yetu. Na hiyo milicho unaona, hiyo ndio vikombe yetu. Hiyo inamea kwenye vichaka. Na kuna mtaalamu anaangalia zenye zimekomaa. Nasiweka pamoja, naweka ile majani yenye imekauka, nakausha na moto kidogo, alafu natoa maganda ya juu ya green. Na hapo katikati tuko na nyama iko soft, anatoboa na waya. Na pia zamani hatukuwa na waya, alikuwa nasiweka pamoja, naweka kwa mtoni ambayo iko mfresh kembambe. Sasa hiyo nyama ya katikati ilikuwa inaoza, tututu tunakula na maji ndio inatoboa. Hapo alafu akishatoboa naweka huko nyuma yake kichungo ambayo inasaidia hao wazee majicha isipite. Majicha itapaki kwa mtungi na maji ya pombe ndio wazee watameza.
Asante sana kwa kuweza kutueleza hivyo. Ningeuliza tu kwamba na wanapotumia hivi inalewesha ama ileweshi?
Hii haileweshi kwa sababu nakisikia hii si pombe ile ya haramu. Hii ile kimera tu ya wimbi hiyo yenye iko kama tunasiaka ya unga hiyo. Hiyo ndio inamaanisha kama east. Sasa tukisha siaka hiyo unga, mama ameshachanganya na maji, amekanda. Sasa inamaliza siku 4 hivi anakaanga. Sasa kisha kaanga na wacha ipoe, anaweka kwa mtungi, anaangalia ile maji inatoshana nayo. Alafu anasiaka ile east ya wimbi hiyo. Hiyo unga wa wimbi hiyo ndiyo anachanganya nayo mara ya kwanza, mara ya pili anaongeza, ya tatu inakuwa busa. Sasa hiyo east inafanya kama inakushika kidogo, lakini kushika ya kuelewa. Yaani ni kama kiti ya kupanua akili yako, si ya kufunga akili yako.
Na nikiuliza swali lingine kwamba umesema akina mama hawaruhusiwi ya kwamba waweze kuja hapa kama hawana waume zao. Na yule mama ambaye mume wake aliaga na ametamani sana aweze kuja mahali hapa, aweze kuruhusiwa kuja mahali hapa?
Sisi kulingana na hii kimila yetu ya Wanga, huyo mama anaruhusiwa. Lazima naye pia kuruhusiwa. Lazima hapo ameshapata semeji yake ambaye yule ambaye anamrithi. Yeye ndiye anajua maisha ya watoto ya ndugu zake. Sasa huyo ndiye anakaa na huyo mama. Sasa tutajua yeye ni bibi wa pombe.
Tunashukuru kwa hayo na ameweza kutufundisha mengi sana. Na najua kwamba jamii hii ya Wanga ni jamii ambayo tunaienzi sana kwa sababu imeweza kushikilia tamaduni zake tangu ilipoanza mpaka wakati huu.